And we're back again. This time I'm going to be talking about narrative structures, i.e., story driven or story ideals. First, we're going to start off with the three act structure. Act 1, otherwise known as the setup or the beginning or the start, however you want to call it, it is the very beginning of the story. It's normally the introduction of characters, their story world, and an inciting incident which comes at the end of Act 1. This is normally the first 20 to 30 minutes of a film, or like the first 3 chapters of a book, depending on how many chapters it has or depending on the book. This can sometimes have a major plot point near the end of Act 1, as I mentioned already, the inciting incident. Act 2, the confrontation or build. This is the middle of the story that raises the stakes. Normally when something significant starts to happen which either attracts the main character or affects the main character in some sort of way, say his hometown's being threatened, hometown's put in danger, the world's put in danger, friends, families put in danger, or there's just something big going on that's attracting his attention, like say there's a treasure that's been discovered or some old relic has been found or stolen. So the main character is going to head in that general direction to go and figure out what's going on. Act 3 normally start off with the climax, but then after that, the end normally brings some catharsis or resolution. Normally when the crisis is at its peak and then a solution is found or it presents itself. Normally when the solution is found, the main character has found a way to defeat the evil antagonist or to stop the evil antagonist or antagonists. Or when the solution presents itself in the form of a specific item that is the antagonist's weakness or something that could hurt the antagonist some way. Then, after this crisis is over, everything goes back to some form of normal. It never truly goes back to normal, but they find a way to live in happiness or amongst each other again. Then we go on to this diagram here. Basically, the three structures, the 3-act structure, just in diagram form. So we have Act 1, the exposition, the beginning of the story, and then near the end we have the inciting incident where something very interesting happens that is able to catch both the viewers and the main character's attention. Then we have Act 2, the midpoint, where it leads to a rising action, people put in danger, crazy discovery has been found, dangerous discovery has been found, something epic that will really grasp the viewer's attention and the main character is, in true fairness, attracted to whatever it is heads in that direction. Then we have the climax in Act 3 at the very beginning where everything happens, whether it's a fight scene, a cave collapse, something. It'll lead to a resolution. The climax leads to the resolution, which we call the denouement, which is the very end. Now, if we take those 3 acts and then apply something known as the hero's journey's chart to it, you get an understanding of how these stories are normally supposed to go. The first act ideally consists of the first 5 on the hero's journey chart. You have your main character, you get their call to adventure. This isn't a normal world. You get their call to adventure. Then you get them meeting. Yeah, they either refuse the call or they accept the call. Then they end up meeting their mentor and crossing the threshold where they go into the unknown world, the world of adventure, the world of everything, where their life changes in some sort of way. Then you have the second act, which is tests, allies, enemies. Basically everything that's going to challenge our main character throughout their journey presents themselves in this instance. Then they say after that they go on to trials and failure. When they fail, they develop new skills, and then upon developing new skills they are reborn, or depending on the type of story that you're in, the main character dies well, quote unquote dies. They technically come back, or they weren't dead, or find a way to resurrect themselves, or some sort of magic something keeps them alive. Something brings them back. Once they come back, that is revealed that they're still alive. Then everything changes because there's a glimmer of hope again. Atonement. Then we head on to Atonement. Pretty much, this is the third act. Everything, you're on your route to everything going back to normal. You sort out all the issues in your unknown world. This adventure is almost over. You get whatever you require. Go back to the normal world. Everything goes back to normal. You return back to your normal life, and then you repeat the cycle again, but with a different individual, different type of storyline. But the entire cycle is the same thing over and over again. Next, we have sequences. This is known as a series of scenes that happen in one place or one time. Ideally, if you were going to take a game, this would be levels containing side quests, or entire storylines containing side quests. However, from the movie basis and aspect, this is the main character deviating from their main quest in order to do something else. Say the main character was supposed to travel somewhere. Instead, they go and visit every single town on the way. Interact with all the people there, befriend them, stay there longer than they should do. All of that. And then, through all of that, the next scene has a more emotional impact than the others because we see growth through the character. We see the type of individual that they've become. We see the growth that they've developed. We've seen what they become. Now onto scenes. This is basically a unit of story that takes place at a specific location or time. An example, you can jump onto YouTube and type in movie scenes and you will get movie scenes within a specific location. Like this.
Oh, that's freedom!
Free yourself from new. Choose refurbished tech. Renewed by experts with 12-month warranty and up to 70% off at Back Market.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
You're packed in your stack, especially in the back. Brother, wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. Give me a surprise with that shake, booby. If books could kill, you would be an Uzi or a shotgun. Bang!
Take the Deadpool scene. This is known as a highway scene or the bridge scene because it's just mainly based on the bridge. Like, this doesn't go further than this highway or bridge.
Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie?
Not a part of this, but just have to point this out. This fourth wall break is amazing. I love how they do this in these films. In this film, how he just talks to us, the audience, and nothing else is actually going on around him. It makes it so much better.
I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with Pulverine. And let me tell you, he's got a nice pair of smooth criminals down under. Anyway, I got places to be, a face to fix, and oh, bad guys to kill.
Maximum effort.
Cockshot!
Rich Corinthian leather.
I'm looking for Francis! Have you seen this man?
Cooler weather.
Yankee!
this, but don't swallow.
Shit. Did I leave the stove on?
I suddenly realized that I probably should have put a PG rating there. Well, here's your PG rating now. On to the next bit. Here we have beats. This is the smallest possible narrative device in a movie. It's an exchange of behavior and action-reaction. Beat by beat, these changing behaviors shape the turning of the scene. Take a fight scene. Or take the build up to a fight scene. The individuals could be talking, and it takes the music. It takes the entire scene and everything used within that scene to show the changes in emotion and behavior. That a fight could be averted from what they're saying, but that's not what the scene is telling you. There's going to be a fight. Procedural beats, basically what brings an antagonist. It brings a protagonist an external practical goal. It makes something look. It makes something achievable. It gives them something to work towards. Then we have dramatic beats. Makes viewers interested in protagonists in a goal. Yeah, makes viewers interested in protagonists in a goal. Now, taking what I've learned, we are going to analyze the narrative structures devices used in these.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of...
So far we're introduced to our main character, not given a name, but I'm pretty sure they'll either get there or you take it as the title. But there's we're given our exposition, still a part of the exposition where something's wrong, introduced that there's a problem, and then we'll find out that there will be a problem probably later on.
Of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Here we have the omniscient narrator voiceover. Not used often, but when it is used, it is very good. Basically, we've been introduced to got the main character, then introduced the issue as the Calamity. Judging by this being a game, we're not going to find out for the next however long. But considering this is a part 1 of a walkthrough, so far you've been introduced to a few decent aspects. So you understand the character, you understand what's going on, and you understand the issues. You've been introduced to the antagonist, well, smaller antagonist. The main antagonist would most likely come later.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The Calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
We've now been given the main character's first name as Kid. Most likely going to be referred to as Kid based on the narrative's perspective of this. And from just the first couple of scenes in this, you find out that the Calamity is turning people to stone. It is leaving pretty much carnage in its wake, leaving villains around. And that would be your inciting incident. People are turning to stone. Now, if we take The Last of Us and jump to 3 hours and 19, that says. Good enough.
Just keep it running, all right?
That girl nearly got us killed.
You gotta admit, she did hold her own back there.
You ain't gonna make it. Here.
What's this?
You'd be amazed at how many cars still got gas in them.
Appreciate it. Look, Bill, about your buddy back there, that's a tough deal. And
We square.
we're square.
And get the fuck out of my town.
Hey, what happened to sleeping?
Okay, I know it doesn't look like it, but this here is not a bad read. Only one problem. Right there. To be continued. I hate cliffhangers.
Where did you get that?
Back at Bill's. I mean, all this stuff was just lying there.
What else did you get?
Well... Here. This make you all nostalgic?
You know, that is actually before my time. That is a winner, though.
Well, better than nothing. Oh. I'm sure your friend will be missing this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Well, hold your horse.
So far, I'm pretty sure we're in Act 2, at the midpoint here. there's most likely going to be a rise in action as we keep watching this. But so far, it's kind of subtle. Characters are just driving around. And this seems like how Act 2 would normally function.
I want to see what all the fuss is about. Oh, why are these all stuck together? I'm just fucking with you. Bye-bye, dude. You know what? This isn't that bad.
Why don't you try to get some sleep? Right.
I'm not even tired.
Well, perfect.
Now what?
Screw it.
Easy. Holy shit.
And by the look of this is where our rise in action is going to begin. I've not played The Last of Us, but just by the two main characters and this random individual appearing, it seems like rising action.
Are we gonna help him?
Put your seatbelt on, Ellie.
Well, what about the guy?
He ain't even hurt.
Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, please take my hand.
We met in the springtime when the blossoms unfold.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Then get out, quick. Shit.
Go me, you chicken shit!
Show you.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Hey. Watch out!
Stay down!
And as I said, that would have been our rising action scene. Now on to the next one. 9 hours and 15.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
Commander, glad to see you.
Wish it were under better circumstances. Where is she?
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Stop! Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
Judging by the way this scene is going so far, I'd say this is between Act 2 and 3, like mid-climax, but not exactly there.
You're not an animal. Your parents. What did they call you? Do you remember them?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore.
Step.
She almost they're asking dirty.
To your parents.
They're just stupid.
Talitha.
The Masters beat her when she them. And what anything they trembling now, please. Please don't touch her.
On me.
Why are you only
While I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
You'll dream of a warm place.
Now, judging by that action right there, we had the climax build up, and then when now the situation is decreasing, the tension is dropping, the issue is now being resolved.
And when you wake up, you'll be in it.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to remember.
And that right there would be the end of Act 3, just from that scene alone. And that would be the end of this. The end of this video. I'll see you all next time.